What's going on, everyone? Welcome. This is the Warehouse Series. If you guys are new to the channel, I appreciate you for being here. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you don't miss out on any of my videos. I put out like 108 videos last year. I do want to say I hope everyone had a great New Year's yesterday. This week is probably going to be like 3 videos. I got some topics I want to touch on. There was actually a YouTuber that put out a video yesterday. I will leave that in the description below. You can click that link and go watch it. It's like an 8-minute video. YouTuber Xqeze, I hope I said that right. And he's also a selector. I believe he selects in the freezer from when I watched him selecting. But guys, I love that. All right, because it gives you guys different points of views of, hey, it's not just, I tell you guys all the time, just because I say something does not mean it's the right way. So there are other people out there with different opinions, and that's what I like about it. And so I added that onto today's video, but I was also over on Discord the other day watching people go back and forth. 2 Discord members going back and forth over certain things, and I just want to address this. There are things that I have changed my views on over time. I've been doing this for over 2 years now, and so I just want to say that, guys, the donations, I honestly, you guys could support me by also shopping at my eBay store as well. And there's tons of men's clothing over there, quality items. So if you don't want to donate, you could also help me by, because as far as I'm concerned, this is all together. Guys, I group all my stuff together. I'm not going to separate, YouTube for my store, because to me, it's just one business in my heart. Because YouTube, I got to take it for what it is. It's a warehouse channel. I know it's not nothing. It's just like finances or something like that. It's nothing crazy that's going to blow up. It's a very slow progressing thing. I showed guys on Discord that I made a little over $2,000 for the year. That was for 108 videos. I can't tell you how many hours I put into those 108 videos. So I'm getting chunk change, all right? I'm getting nothing for doing this. And then I'm hoping I have enough to write off the taxes. So hopefully I get to keep that $2,000 because I still have to pay taxes on that. So hopefully I have enough stuff. I got my green screen. I got my computer that I didn't write off last year. So hopefully that stuff's enough to write off and I can keep my money. But I don't get a lot for this channel. So if you want to support me by also shopping at my eBay store, that will be greatly appreciated as well. So let's get on to today's video. All right, guys, so let's get into this. Things I changed my thoughts on, my views on. I've been doing this YouTube channel for over 2 years now with the Warehouse Series. And there are certain things that I still don't do, but it doesn't mean that I don't agree with what you're doing, because there's just things that I've learned over watching thousands of your pictures being posted on, Discord, and one of them is slip sheets. I have come around to this because I do believe that if you put a few slip sheets on your pallet and it's going to help stabilize that pallet and allow you to move quicker throughout the warehouse, then why am I telling you not to use it? So I have come around with slip sheets, guys, probably within the last 8 months. So I do agree on using them, but there's things that I disagree on. One, I disagree on looking for them. All right, I think people waste time looking for them. And this is why I bring this stuff up, is because my channel is to teach you how to be a faster selector safely and make that as much money as you possibly can. And when I see people walking around the warehouse looking for slip sheets, and I just watch them because I'm off the clock. I'm not chasing minutes. I'm on my high lift and I'm just watching this selector walk all over the place. And I'm like, what's he doing? Is he lost? Why don't he have his jack with him? And all of a sudden I see him start throwing cases off of a pallet so he can take the slip sheet. I mean, there's guys will go crazy for a slip sheet. They will throw in an additional 15 cases that are on top of that slip sheet on the pallet because they can't find one because they've been cleaned up. And they'll waste time doing that. I've seen people waste minutes, like sometimes 3-4 minutes looking for a slip sheet. So that's when I highly disagree with them. I also highly disagree with them when you do this. Guys, if you're stocking up for today and you're going to have your whole entire battery full of slip sheets, I find that to be an issue. I think that you got a building problem and you need to, and this is where I come in. I want to teach these people to build a better pallet, because I don't think it's not right. Like that, if you're relying on like 50 slip sheets a day, then you need to learn to build that pallet better, because this is a time killer. If you believe it or not, it's a time killer. Unless you absolutely just can't build and you're like, the heck with it, this is how I'm going to survive here, then so be it. But if you're trying to increase your times and increase your incentive pay, I need you to lose this. I need you to stop doing this and start listening to my channel and listen to what I'm doing. And let's cut this down to maybe one per order, or maybe even two per order, one per pallet. Midway, one. You should be using maybe one, depending on what type of product you're throwing. All right, so the second thing I want to talk about is what I brought up in the beginning is the YouTuber Xqeze, which I thought it was funny because until I blew up your logo, I never knew what the hell your logo was. I just thought it was some, I don't know, random thing you threw together. I mean, which you did, but I never knew it was a turtle with wings carrying a goldfish or some type of fish. I think that's hilarious because every time I looked at your logo, I'm like, what the heck is that logo? But guys, description below, click that link and I'm going to get to what he's talking about right now. And that is directional arrows. All right. So I'm not going to get too far into it because I don't want to take, away from his video. I do respect fellow YouTubers doing the same thing. So guys, go watch his video. It's like a little over 8 minutes. All right. So he does call me out in there and it's because I'm very strict on arrows. Now, this is something else that I have come around on in the freezer section. I noticed in the freezer section, like he talks about in there, there's certain items that, why is an arrow on that box? There's no need for it to be on that box. So me personally, I have thrown at dry goods and I have thrown at perishable. So that is why I am the way I am on directional arrows. And, because a lot of our directional arrows are like eggs. Now, I've seen a pallet on Discord that the eggs were on their sides. Guys, you need to keep those eggs upright. All right. So eggs need to be upright. Liquid, the flowers, guys. Flowers have water in the bottom. Please do not turn flowers on their side or all the water is going to come out of the pot and go all over the place. I've seen selectors do that. All right. So you definitely need to pay attention to directional arrows on flowers. Any type of liquid, any type of glass. If there's directional arrows on there, you need to pay attention to them. The rest I'm going to leave up to him to explain to you over in that 8-minute video. All right, and the last thing is being critical on this part. Being critical of, certain things that, that I just frown upon. And I frown upon it, but am I right? Does that mean that I'm right and you're wrong? Or is there a situation that's allowing you to do what you're doing? And this is the pallet that started that Discord conversation back and forth. And they went at it for hours. But like I said, guys, they were civil. They weren't sitting there bashing each other. They just had a civil conversation back and forth, talking to each other. No, I don't like it. Obviously, I don't like it. But I've come to my senses that back in the day, I had to rebuild these. All right. So which I didn't because I'm not, I was trained by a really good trainer that did not allow me to build a bad pallet. And that is why I am the way I am. So right off day one, week one, I don't think I've ever, built a pallet that someone's going to drive by and be like, holy crap, how the heck did you get that to stay together? I don't think I've ever done that because I had a very particular trainer that was very strict on building that pretty pallet. And that's why I build the way I do. But with this here, I would never build something like this. But if you were back in my days when I was selecting every day for 10 years, if you build a pallet like this, the supervisors would call you up to that door and have you restack this pallet and make you do it right. And they would possibly bring a trainer over while you restacked it so they could tell you what you did wrong. So why am I going to be less critical? Because it's a warehouse problem. It's absolutely 100% a warehouse problem. They just don't give a crap anymore. All right, back in the day, our supervisors cared. And from what I have learned at my place and from what you guys discuss on, I watch your conversations, guys, and you sound just like my warehouse. So this is definitely a trending thing that's going on over warehouses everywhere. And that is simply, they don't care. All right. They don't care because all they care about is cases out the door. Cases out the door, and is it time to go home yet? That's what these supervisors care about. This middle part where they're supposed to be managing, there is no managing. All right. They don't do shit here. All right. It's cases out the door. Oh, the cases are all done. Okay. It's time to go home. They don't care how those cases got to the door. They don't care what happened, within the warehouse, did something, dramatic almost happen, like safety wise. They don't care about that. It's cases out the door. Okay. It's time to go home. I'll see you tomorrow. That's how we get managed in these warehouses, because when this person that posted that picture, of that pallet, they said, it's all, they don't care. As long they want my cases out the door as quick as I can get them. And then he gets more money for doing that. So why am I going to fault a person if management doesn't care and you can make more money by building pallets like that, that as long as you get them to stand up, then who cares? The stores aren't complaining, the warehouse isn't complaining, then why should I complain? That's how I look at that. So I don't agree with it, but it is what it is, guys. I'm a person, I've always took pride in my work. Always took pride in my work. And so that's why whenever I first started this YouTube channel, I was very critical of everyone's work. Now, when I see stuff like that, I'm like, okay, well, why should I say something? Warehouse doesn't care. The stores don't care. Their cases are getting to them in the fastest time possible, then so be it. Now, I didn't want to get too far on the rant of the warehouse managers because I'm going to be saying that in future videos to come. But this is why I have changed my view on certain things. I still think people are excessive, and I'm still going to continue to teach the way that I think is the right way. But I might, when I see a couple slip sheets on a pallet, I'm definitely going to point out why it's either a good thing or a bad thing. And I have been doing that because there's a lot of times people use slip sheets and there's no need to use them. You either A, have a solid base and there's no need for that slip sheet unless you absolutely had it and it only took you 1 second to take it off your jack and put it on, or you see a slip sheet in the aisle. But if you're not wasting time searching for the slip sheet and you're not wasting time, stocking them up and taking time out of your day to stock them up, it's not worth it in my opinion. All right, guys, first video of the new year. I hope everyone has a great day, and I will see you soon because I'm going to be putting out another video soon. And after that is Discord Friday. So go watch that guy's video. That's it, guys. Have a great day.